play the jingle. Hello, so this is the inside of our Winnebago Brave. It is a 1994, which means it is a classic vehicle. It was manufactured the year that I was born, and so it kind of holds a special little place in my heart because of that. As Jared talked about on the previous video, we came by it because our friends, Valerie and Victor, Valerie's mom was looking to sell it. I don't know that she was actually ready to let go of it. It was part of their little family legacy, and we are hoping to continue to make lots of good memories in it and honor it. When we first got it, the very first day, the very first night, Jared was working on some things, and I was like immediately like, oh, I'm gonna go and get all the things to clean it up. I'm gonna make a Walmart run. I'm gonna organize. I'm gonna make these little locker shelves, you know, new bedding, all the things that women do. We go and, you know, we want to spruce things up and make them like fluffy and nice and cool right away. I was gone probably about an hour and a half. I was getting like a water hose, some other things that we needed in order to make life here in the Winnie like operable as well as comfy. I was getting all kinds of cleaners, and it was like over $340, almost 400 bucks for all these things that I got. I was so happy. I had come back with my haul, and Jared showed me this snakeskin that he found. Really quickly, this thing had been stored in a field for 3 years, not really moved around or anything like that. They had kind of ceased taking family vacations in it, and some rats had come in and made themselves at home. And oh my gosh, so it was one of those things that I came back, I saw the snakeskin. We were doing the RV option in order to be like really it was more of a money thing. Like it was that we could live in it, and you know, that it could move, it could go directly to Arkansas from Texas, and that we could you know, be in it for, we thought 2 to 3 weeks. With all of that being said, there was a lot that we were just kind of trusting and going with the process. We never intended, to live the RV life. But God always seems to have a different plan, right? If you ever have like set out to make like a life change or set up a certain way of living, you have it like in your mind the way it should go, these like preconceived notions, and we are just continuing to learn that it's never what it seems. So that very first night, it was such a trust fall for me, and life since then has drastically changed. We went to bed knowing that, like, okay, if the snake had shed its skin, it was most likely gone. And that God wouldn't have brought us to this spot if he was not going to take care of us. So again, just went to bed with the, you know, continuing to do the trust fall, this dream of ours to move and do this homesteading lifestyle. We knew that it was going to have bumps in the road. So I went to bed. The very next day, like, continued to clean. About a week in, I had decided that I wanted to paint the cabinets. I wanted to make it nice and bright, kind of like a fairy tale gnome, what do you call it? Like the Witch in the Woods candy style what do you call that? Like where she had the house full of candy. Anyway, cannot think. I wanted to make it whimsical as possible so that our time here in it could be joyful, and that it would be something bright and cheery to come back into as we were searching for land and things like that. With all that being said, I probably went a little overboard, and once we eventually get our building done on the homestead, Jared and I have both talked about that we would like to kind of reno this thing. There's tons of things on Pinterest. We are not, we have not renovated it. So be kind, understand that that was not our intention. We've just made it as cheerful as possible. Here we are now into the holiday season. And of course, I needed to find a way to decorate for Christmas. Those things are very important to us. They're a core part of like our lifestyle. And so with that being said, that's some of the most recent things that you will see. Also, I needed to quickly like make this like almost insulated, more insulated. A few weeks ago, the temperatures dropped like to 24 was one of the nightly lows, and this thing has, again, it's a classic. It has some creaks and some drafts, but all in all, we stay pretty warm with 2 space heaters on each end of the RV. But that night, Jared had actually gone deer hunting. It was opening season, I believe. Yeah. And so I was like, I have to figure out something. So I already had some curtains. And so I decided, okay, I can just like put these up really quick. I am not, I don't know how to sew. So I was like, okay, I can hot glue them, which does not necessarily work because the RV gets a lot of condensation. So I was like, oh my God, I have this staple gun. And so I can just go with that. My friend Tracy had given me a big like package of staples for the staple gun. So I was loaded up. I was like, I can just make this happen. It can be a quick fix. It is like kind of dreary because it's harder to get the windows open in order to, like, not the windows, but the curtains open in order to like let the light in when it's not raining, cold, or whatnot. And if you want to let in a little light, but it's been perfect. It's been the perfect little thing, and I kind of want to just show you around, but when you see the curtains on the walls, that's what's going on there. So even with our door, we originally just had this one little curtain that we had kind of, hold on, let me see if I can. Yep. We originally just had this one little curtain that's for privacy. These windows are kind of crazy. Let's see if you can see it. Yeah. So let me pull this back. And I had put one of those like window coverings, the decorated, you can't see because it's dark, but these windows are like wide open. So if you're trying to like get dressed in the morning or anything like that, it's already like, hey, I'm naked and like we're at an RV park. So we had already put up a little privacy curtain, bungee corded that to like the ceiling. And so then I just added this extra drapery. These are like just the blackout curtains, but they also help really brace the wind. We've hung everything from hat racks. I've painted all the cabinets. These were all mirrors in the 90s. I guess that was the trend, is the mirrors with the etching on them. And try to go ahead and post like maybe a before picture of the way it looked before. But yeah, it was hideous. And so I decided like, okay, I'm gonna paint these things. Let's see here. Trying to turn the thing on. There we go. So trying to just kind of cover it up was my main focus for that. I painted the walls. This is wallpaper. You can see here It's, again, hideous. Even though wallpaper is really coming back, this is not the style that you want. This is actually like a closet area, and then this is our shower, which we don't use very often. We actually use it for storage more than anything else. This little area here, I've done some things in order to hang, to have like organization, storage, and just some of the things that we quickly grab. This I had made, it was a banner. My intention was to like stroop it like from the ceiling, but before I can do that, I have to do some repairs to the ceiling, and I've since thought I might just go ahead and get like one of those Moroccan like hippie, what do you call it? It's like a blanket or whatever, and kind of stroll them there. Again, trying to keep everything nice and cozy. I stapled this. It was open and it was a huge spot for drafts. Our ice maker, all of our little organization for drinks, our morning routine, things like that. And so, and then our routine basics, our daily schedule. But whenever we need to get into the refrigerator, this can just kind of loop up, and I've got a bungee here. So it's functional. Of course, we've got a tiny little espresso machine. This is actually a dry erase board. I was looking for something in order to cover up this because we don't use this stove. Jared had explained a little bit why. It's because it's works off of propane, and it's not exactly the most safe, and we're a little unsure of how it works. Like if it's gonna work the right way is what I mean. And then I did Lazy Susans throughout the entire Winnebago, in order to, again, maximize space and for us to be able to grab and get things. It's like one of these things is like, it's probably, I would say 11 to 12 foot wide, and the way that the countertops are set up, it's so hard to like reach back and grab things. You end up like bending over all the time and like struggling and like stretching your back. So anybody that's stayed in an RV for any amount of time, you know it's not necessarily set up for like living in it all the time. It's supposed to be like hop in it, go grab it, you know, go drive it, and then, you know, have a good vacation with your family. But, you know, as of recently, a lot of people have been looking at it as an alternative lifestyle choice. There's the whole like van life. People are doing just their cars. They're kitting those out and changing them, renovating them, to where they have like more of a shit hits the fan type situation where they can get in their vehicle and leave for various reasons, right? Money, we'll just leave it at that. Like lots of different reasons that these people are choosing alternative lifestyles. This particular couch here is a fold out. We have not ever really used it like that. Again, curtain on the window, painted cabinetry, and this particular area here is like where I do most of like, it's like my nerve center. I got these baskets for us to stay tidy. Most of the time, this table is completely covered with gunk, okay? Like with junk, different things, coffee cups. We are not this organized or this clean ever. I would love it if it would stay that way. It's just almost impossible. We also have 3 dogs here in this area with us, so it gets very, very dirty very, very fast. And typically on Tuesdays once a week I clean. I try to keep that as my normal cleaning day schedule, just because that was always my cleaning day schedule whenever I lived in Texas. It was just a day that I decided to, you know, I was always usually off on Tuesdays, and it was a day that I did like network marketing business, and then I would like clean up my house and run errands. So that's one of the mainstays that I've tried to keep, is like usually on Tuesdays, sometimes on Wednesdays, I go ahead and I clean, I vacuum, those sort of things. We're not even going to talk about how filthy the floors get. They really do get very, very dirty. But I'm gonna do just one more pan around so you can see. And it's happy in here, it really is, but it's also a lot of glitter. And then the next thing I want to show you is this little area here, but I'm actually going to grab Jared in order to do that.
This is the captain's area. I'll just kind of open this up a little bit. Okay. I did all the decorating.
Whatever.
I did all the lights and the Christmas. No, I'm just kidding. So here's the captain's area. Now this is functional. I mean, this thing does start up. This right here houses the motor. So if you watched the 30-minute Russian novel video from last time, I did mention that the motor
is under your feet.
It's only accessible from here. So this is it. This whole thing lifts off. But I just use it as kind of like a landing pad now. This is recent development. I just keep my everyday fanny kit, my keys and stuff here. And then over on this side, this is my kit corner. We're gonna do a video explaining our kits. Okay, so when you live in the woods, you're gonna need certain things. Things that you may have not realized that you needed before. We keep some stuff on hand all the time that's, you know, pretty vital to
emergency.
You know, quality of life, emergency. There are some survival things. It's not a lot. It's not like too serious, but there are things that we...
Energy drinks, skincare.
Yeah, fire starters. Those things that we keep with us pretty much all the time. I have some hunting stuff that I have. My hunting is its own thing, its own kit. And then I have my camp kit, which is for more work type stuff. Like if I'm going to the land to do work, I'll take a camp kit. Then I have a waterproof shower kit. And like I said, one day we'll go through all that stuff. And then of course my guns and my crossbow, all that good stuff. I keep that over there. On this side, this is my computer. As you can see, it does work. It's turned on. It's back here. This is the dashboard for the Bago. So if I were to take these curtains down, you'd see the windshield. Which, to be honest with you, to get it drivable is pretty easy. All this stays right here.
Gotten really good with moving it around.
Hey, she's built to move, and if you do it right, you don't have to worry about tying anything down or worried about even stuff like this. So this all stays pretty much. Obviously I clean out the chair and I get visible and all that stuff. So, but that's that side. This is this side, and then
charging station.
Oh, so
that's been really important to our. It's part of the kit, but it's also part of our daily.
Yes. So we have a lot of different high-powered lights.
Work lights.
And the reason why is because we, for the first couple of weeks, it's really dark here. I mean, it's darker than it's dark. I mean, it's dark and salt. The darkness is real. There's
we'll
not
swallow up the lights.
There's no city lights. There's nothing to help you out. And then when you're in the woods, I mean, if you drop something, it's gone forever. Like, it's that dark. If you stay out there long enough, you kind of get used to it, and you kind of get used to navigating in that. But we don't do that. We fight it. We fight the darkness with the light. So we have a ton of different lights for different purposes.
Some even charge other things.
Yes, this is actually a battery bank light, which means you can charge from it. This is a high-powered work light. that is maneuverable and will stand up. It can be plugged in and battery powered. And this is only a portion of our lights. I'm a headlamp guy. I have 2 headlamps that I keep charged all the time. That's my main, that's what I like to use the most. I'll use that over any of this.
Because it's hands-free.
It's hands-free, but even a good headlamp will only go about 20 feet in front of you. It's so, like, we'll get like really good lights that we think that is just gonna light it up and it's gonna be the solution we need, and the darkness just takes it, and it's the wildest thing. So, and
then eventually, like, the batteries die, or if we're using the generator would die.
Yep. And
all those things.
We're night owls. When we lived in Texas, we would work. If we were on something and we got really going, we could work till 2, 3 in the morning. Sometimes go all the way through, and just be killing it. We cannot do that out here. It's been an adjustment.
Learning to be like farmers.
When the sun goes down, you need to head back to town. I mean, it's just not safe. There's you can trip, you can fall. There's animals, there's critters, there's things that could hurt you. There's hazards. It's unfamiliar land. There's really dense fog. More recently, like fog. So all that to be said, I created this charging station because we need to keep our lights charged up and ready to go. But I mean, I've started going out with less light. I think we're just getting used to the flow.
Yeah, also, that's one thing is, like, we have gotten a little bit better with the circadian rhythm. There's typically maybe twice a week that we'll actually stay up past midnight. It's like 11 right now that we're making the video. Jared just kind of brought to our attention. Only a couple times a week do we actually stay up past midnight, or like once a week maybe we might stay up all night long. But typically it's 8:30, 9 o'clock. We've already eaten our dinner. We're kind of getting, into our twin beds and eating our little junk food snack, and, kind of getting ready for the next day. So with that, I think that the more that we are out here, the more it's like we're adapting, right? We're becoming who we are in Arkansas. A lot of our friends have noticed a lot of changes. I sometimes feel like I'm going through an identity crisis. And even just earlier, we were shopping. We were in Walmart, and I had seen a hoodie that a year ago I would have never, ever wanted to get. And I was like, oh, I like that. And I was like, but who am I even? So we're going with it. Like I said, in the very beginning, we set out with a dream in our heart, a desire to be homesteaders. Along that journey, we have become RV lifers, whatever you want to call it.
Nomadic.
Gypsies, whatever you want to call it. And it's just been, for me, a lesson in patience and learning that my timing is not God's timing. And then, of course, like, learning to be humble with, like, where you're at. We cleaned it up for you guys so that you would have a nice, good tour of the RV. But I also made a quick little clip for you guys to check out right now. And, of course, as always, we'll do a little montage of pictures. Until next time.
I wasn't finished with my air. But we can end it there.
Just kind of wanted to show you how everything is always kind of out. Project messes, in between cleaning the dishes. Things have to get dried before they can put in the cabinets. There's tiny bits of space, so if you have to move one thing out of the way to do something, you have to move everything to another spot. I've got a hot glue project going. I cut up oranges earlier. I've got my cranberry orange out that I was going to do for my air fryer recipe. This is our dump everything and go. Jairus just got back from doing some recon and deer hunting. So he's putting all of his like hunting gear up, and this is the way we live our life, right, babe? Just kind of everything is everywhere all the time.
Deer do not exist.
Yes, they do. We saw them on your camera. Give me a kiss. And we love each other, but we also fight and argue just like everybody else.
You're not good, you got it, lady.
He always tells me that. But we also wanted to just kind of show the realness, that there's always a mess going on and things are not perfect. But if you continue to follow us, I guarantee you're gonna enjoy the ride. Thank you so much for watching this video. Remember, you are awesome, you are worthy, you are loved, and be the light.